What's up, guys? It's DoubleWinning, and today I've got another gameplay for you of me getting out of silver. Unfortunately, I had a really good Wukong gameplay to upload after this one where I rotated, I swapped lanes for my team, I did everything my team wanted in terms of to help them out while making calls and team plays and stuff like that. And it was really freaking awesome, but my LoLReplay was not open. Well, it was open, it just wasn't active, which is something it's a long story, but, well, it's not really a long story, it's just really boring to explain. But either way, I did say I was going to upload all my games where I am still in silver, just so you guys can kind of get an idea of what I'm doing to kind of get out of silver. So right there you can see I just kind of went all in on Renekton there because Darius is incredibly strong, level 1 and level 2. Well, mostly level 2. His level 1 is okay if you can get a string of auto attacks. And the thing is, because people don't realize his Q or his passive does so much damage. You're gonna get an extra 100 magic damage if you can get that 5 stack. And your Q, while it doesn't do that much damage, also sorry, that's my phone. It doesn't do that much damage by itself. If you can, but with the inner side, if you can get it with the outer side, it does a ton of damage. Plus, when they're bleeding, it gives you a little bit of movement speed, so it all combos together to make Darius a really, really strong lane bully. But also, another thing I've been realized about Darius, which I didn't really know how to put it into words, is that Darius is probably one of the strongest lane bullies in the game. Well, melee lane bullies, if he's going against a ranged person, he's going to have a little bit of trouble. But the problem is that in late game, he can get kited really, really easily. So your playmaking really comes down to if you have your flash up. So this is something I talked about before. Kind of choking out the laner. This is pretty funny here, just because Renekton knows he's so low, and then I'm level 6. He didn't really take track of my mana very well though, so I might not have been able to take them both. Just because I wouldn't have had the mana to do a double dunk. But they were so scared there that they both got zoned out by me, and that's just kind of that lane domination tactics where if you can get to a point where not even the jungler can help the enemy laner, you've absolutely shut down that lane. One thing, a little disclosure here, this Renekton was running AP runes. I saw that he had 15 AP, so this is he had a serious disadvantage. And I noticed that. I think I noticed that after I get my second kill or something like that, in the middle of getting the second kill, and I talked to him about it, and he's like, "Yeah, that sucks." But I mean, when you're playing at low elo, this isn't so much the case for me. But I mean, I am trying to win every game because I want to get out of silver. I want to get back to platinum, but you really need to just take what you're given, Also, I need to fast forward. I'm trying to keep my videos under 20 minutes, especially this gameplay in particular is a 46-minute game or something like that. And so you guys can see right here, I'm just doing that technique I was talking about where I'm just choking him out. Right there is where I noticed he had a 15 AP. But it was pretty simple what I did there. I just stood in front of the creep line, put a ward in the bush. You guys can rewind to watch what I did there again. I don't really want to go back and analyze the plays as much, just because you guys can pretty much see them, and I really do want to get through these videos a little bit quicker here. But I'm just going to push here, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to proxy the wave, just because I know if I can keep him away from creeps, that's going to XP starve him even more and kind of continue that domination of the lane that I was talking about. So my first item I'm going to get is a Tiamat. I am going to go pretty heavy on the AD here, which turns out not being my best choice. Getting early AD when you're winning the lane is a great idea. However, you still need to get tanky to stay relevant. So I'm going to get a pretty easy kill on here. Again, I'm not going to take the tower just because I am going for that lane domination technique to try and make Renekton not relevant. If you look at the CS right now, I'm at 103 CS, which first off is pretty dang good CS compared to everyone else, but I mean this is low elo, so I'm not really that impressed. Renekton only has 32 CS and I have 3 kills, so without a doubt absolutely dominating him right now. That's not necessarily all Renekton's fault. I don't want to say oh, I'm way better than him, but I mean last season I was higher ranking than him, so statistically I would beat him in lane. This is something that I've been learning to do a lot here. What you see is I went and got those double golems. When I do this lane domination technique, where like I've set up to where I'm so far ahead of my lane, I can take the tower, I can rotate down, I can rotate to mid lane and see if there's any plays that you can make. Plus, I've just hit level 11, so my ultimate is going to hit for a possible maximum damage of 600 true damage. Combine that with my ignite, and that's 870 true damage that I could do in a burst. Well, the ignite, would be of course a little bit delayed, so it'd be like, 650 or so with a little bit of dot. So right here, I was a little worried. I could actually see Gragas right here, and so I decided to pull this in, and then I could see Hecarim, and so he doesn't actually notice that I'm doing his red buff until a little bit late here, but I think he's going to get it. Yeah, so he gets it, and I flash away. Gragas doesn't have his body slam because he just used it. I thought this was warded here, and sorry about that lag there. So this is where I kind of go big ball. Pantheon gets a little freaked out here, but I hit him with the outer edge of my Q, hit him with my W. I should have auto-attacked first. Hit him with the dunk. I dropped the ignite, hit him with an auto-attack. I used my pull to kind of cancel any animation. If he had an auto-attack animation, I thought maybe I could cancel it with the E. I don't actually know if you can do that, but I kind of was just, trying to get everything off as quickly as possible so that we could kill him. And Pantheon was like, wow, you have big balls. And I was like, well, it looks really nice when it works. So I go back to lane, or I go back to base. I get myself Berserker Greaves and a Giant Spell. I have a Ruby Crystal as well. I'm going to be building a Warmogs. But I shouldn't have gotten the Berserker Greaves. I actually keep these way too long. I wanted them for a kind of a small surge in kind of roaming power. What it's going to do is it's going to allow me to clear these, because you notice I'm farming a lot. So I'm clearing these, and the extra attack speed is going to help me clear the camps. It's going to help me roam. It's going to help me really duke it out, because there's no really possible way Renekton can beat me right now. I'm 3 levels up on him. I've got, God forbid, let's see how much gold more than him. I have literally like almost double his gold. Yeah, it's 16 minutes. That's absolutely ridiculous. So there's no way he's going to be able to beat me. So I need to try and transition this as best as I can to the rest of the game. So I didn't really see an opportunity for me to roam bottom there. That's one thing, is that as Darius, it's hard to set up a situation where you can actually roam. He's much better at kind of just a split pushing hero. That's why the Berserker Greaves I thought would be really, really good, because it's going to allow me to do a lot of damage to towers like I did there. I took out about a fourth of that mid tower, and then I'm going to have to go back top to make sure that Renekton isn't going to get a foothold on this top lane here. So we're going to go back here. Renekton decides to back off, and so I don't need to kill him. He's not really worth any gold. But, compared to those creeps, so I just decided to go ahead and kill the creeps, and then I checked the wave, or checked the bush, just in case, he had a late back, and then I'm going to just continue pushing this top lane, because I really do want to get this top tower, because this would make my roaming, have basically no downside. He does have a Sunfire Cape now, so he's going to be a little bit stronger, but he's still not going to really be able to do anything to me. You guys can see I'm just keeping up that farm. I have 191 farm at 19 minutes, so basically, that perfect 100 per 10-minute CS going on. I basically just dropped a quick combo without my ultimate on Hecarim there, and I was able to get a kill. I come up on Nami, and I'm trying to save the Pantheon here, but there's no way I'm going to be able to save him. And I actually get knocked away. I thought, oh, maybe I'll be able to live, but no, the Nami gets me with the auto attack, and that gets the shutdown on me, bringing my first death in here. So this is something I want you guys to take note of. This was my first mistake in terms of build path. So instead of building toward the Warmogs like I had originally intended, I actually built a Phage. This kind of comes from a bad habit that I had before, where I used to actually build Frozen Mallet on Darius a lot. And as you guys know, Frozen Mallet used to build out of Phage and Giant Spell. And unfortunately, though, I just kind of glossed over the fact that I can only build a Triforce, and I really don't need Triforce. Like, I absolutely don't need Triforce. So this Phage is actually going to be a pretty wasted slot, and it's going to kind of make me question my thinking later, because it's going to hold me back from building tanky. Right here, I get attacked by both the Renekton and the Gragas, so I click on the Renekton. I'm trying to keep track of his health so that maybe I can possibly kill both of them, but Gragas actually hits me with the barrel. And if I would have used my ultimate on him before he ulted me, I probably could have killed him, just because it would have reset the bleed on him. It would have done about, I think, 500... with like 580 damage or something like that. It wouldn't have quite killed him, I don't think, but then the bleed would have got him afterwards. So that was too bad. But yeah, so building the Phage was definitely a bad idea, and I definitely needed to build my Zerker Greaves into a set of Merc Treads pretty quick, just because if you look at my magic resist, I only have 63 magic resist, which is going to be really, really bad here. I'm going to give you guys a little spoiler here. I don't end this game very positive. Like, you guys saw I started the game out 4-0, but Darius' transition is pretty rough if he's not full tank. If you can't split push, like if you build full damage and you can split push and you can 1v1 anyone. Like Darius is super strong at 1v1ing. However, if you're having to team fight, being tankier is actually going to be better. Renekton is actually going to be somewhat more relevant than me later in the game, just because he has built full tank, even though he has so much less gold than me. So we get this tower, which is nice. And, like I was saying before, I should have not built the Phage, and I should have... I think the Zerker Greaves were good in the situation I had them, but I definitely think I should have sold them off later on for those Merc Treads. So I get a nice little catch on Nami there. Another reason that I don't sell the Zerker Greaves, which you'll see in a little bit here, this is just like them cleaning us up, it's not really that important, is because I actually put the Distortion upgrade on them. And while I think the Distortion upgrade on Darius is super good, because so much of his playmaking comes from the fact that he can flash pull combo, which you'll actually see me do quite a few times in this game, especially on Tristana, because she becomes an absolute late game terror later. And so I thought I was going to be able to pull her out of her jump there. I know the priority is really, really weird when it comes to like vision disrupting. So okay, one thing I do want to back off, I do want to show you guys here. We're about to pretty much lose this fight here. Look at Graves. He gets hit by that first small barrel, brings him down to 900 health, and then he's way in front of his team right now. He's going to get hit by a tower shot. He's going to be brought down to 600 health. He's staying way too close. So he gets hit by both the barrel and the ultimate, and brings him down to about 18 health. So because of this, and also I have no idea why the tower really aggroed me there. That was... Well, I do. I understand how tower works, but I was like, what the hell? I didn't in the moment. So we're actually going to lose this fight here pretty whole-handedly, just because that was, I can see now that was pretty much me. I didn't really notice the Graves had gotten dumpstered in the beginning of the fight, so I definitely, if I would have thought about that, I probably wouldn't have done that. So that was my big mistake there, absolutely. But the problem there was that, besides the fact, of course, that I messed up, also Graves uses his flash to try and get the Nami, which I posted in chat. I was like, just after I found out that it was Gragas that dumpster on him, I was like, just try and save your flashes to use defensively against Gragas, because if Graves is killed, like, we're going to have a really rough time, because while I have a lot of damage, I'm not going to be able to do a lot of sustained damage. Pantheon is not going to be able to do a lot of sustained damage. We need our AD carry with the power of Nunu, Blood Boiled Graves, to really do a lot of work in this game here. So you'll see I built a Hex Drinker, which I thought was an okay buy this game, just because I did need some Gragas defense, and I still wanted to stay relevant in terms of AD. This is my fault again here. I thought maybe I could just blow one of them up, but I actually get stunned right off the bat. I thought I was going to be able to tank a little bit there as well, but it's not the case. And then while that was a bad initiation from me, I definitely think we could have done a little bit better in this fight. What you're going to see here is you've actually got a 2v2 between Orianna and Graves versus Tristana and Renekton. And Tristana does have double buff. I think if Graves would have been ready right here, look, Graves definitely could kill Trish, but look, he backs off. He has his buckshot up, which is all he really needs, and misses the buckshot because he hesitated. They're not able to kill Tristana. If they would have killed Tristana, they definitely could have kited out Renekton. So they're going to lose this fight pretty whole-handedly. And because Graves dies, Tristana gets the second jump, and they just slaughter him. So definitely my fault on the initiation, but that definitely wasn't a fight that was unwinnable. I think definitely they could have won that fight. So you're going to see I have kind of an awkward build here, I think. I have 1,300 gold, but again, this Phage is kind of, for lack of a better term, cock blocking me from buying anything else when I really shouldn't even have the phage. I don't need the phage. I'm not going to be able to like constantly be hitting anyone, like to make use of its haste or rage passive or whatever. I need to really only like burst people. So if I was going to get damage, I shouldn't have gotten it from the phage, but I shouldn't have gotten it at all. I should have probably gotten Randuin's or something like that, because if you look at Tristana, she is smacking me so hard and she doesn't even have a Last Whisper. And that's because I have 94 armor. But if I had a Randuin's right now, that would be really, really good. So I'm going to get a little greedy there, go for the creep. But yeah, you definitely want to build pretty much full tank Darius with maybe 1, maybe 2 damage items, depending on what your team is. If you have like a Dr. Mundo or like a Shyvana jungle, you can get away with building 2 damage items just because you know someone else is going to be taking a brunt of the focus. But if you're going to be taking most of that focus, then you need to build more tanky. So I could have also built like a Frozen Heart for extra cooldown reduction, which would in turn give me more damage. But I actually built a Maw of Malmortius. There's a reason you don't see Maw of Malmortius in competitive play. It's not a very good item. But again, because of this phage, I felt that I had to, because I didn't want to sell it. Because for some reason I felt like losing 25% of the gold I spent on it was going to be this huge detriment, which it really wouldn't have been. It would have helped me out a lot. So right there, I think I was just discussing strategy. I kind of decided that I don't think we can really win a straight up 5v5. Or I think at this point, I think I might have called that we should try and do a 5v5. So I called Orianna down, and she was like, oh, I'm going to go clear top. And I was like, just come on, let's go. And so we have kind of an awkward push-pull here for a little bit. But you guys are going to see, if you look at their team, you guys can probably see it, now that since you're watching the video. We can't really beat them in a straight-up team fight. Just because Tristana is so strong, and they have such great threats, frontline threats of Renekton and Hecarim, and really good peel from, possibly Gragas, but definitely Nami. So we're not really going to be able to touch this Tristana. So the only 2 options we really have are to catch out the Tristana and instantly blow her up, which I do later, so you'll see that. Or get a split push going, where if we get a 1-4 split, then we can kind of stall out a fight, because they don't have that great of initiation. They have the Nami wave, which can be outplayed, and they have the Hecarim ult, which can kind of be mitigated. But they don't have like a Vi ult, which is like guaranteed, and we do have pretty good disengage from Orianna, kind of Pantheon, and Nunu there. So I fail my flash, and then I get really frustrated, so I kind of spam laugh, which was really, really dumb of me. And so you're going to see me die here. Pantheon man drops onto Tristana, hoping to get a kill. Then he pops the Randuin's to try and get away from the front line there. And the team is going to come in to try and kind of clean up this fight. But Pantheon's going to jump back in. And there's no really focus on Tristana. So Gragas throws a really bad ultimate and kind of lets our team get away scot-free here. Except for they're going to continue the chase. But my team is going to get away. So I think this is the point where I'm like, all right, maybe we could try out a 4-1 split. And then the silver elo kicks in. Nami disconnects. And I don't believe she comes back. So you're going to see basically the downfall of this game for the purple team, which I didn't really notice until probably like another 6 or 7 minutes that Nami was disconnected. So I do really feel bad for the purple team, but I did say I would upload any games I play in silver, so I did just want to give kind of that, another disclosure there, so that, I did get 2 advantages, and, possibly maybe I shouldn't have won this game. So they actually win a pretty good 4v4 there, just because Orianna wasn't there, which has kind of been the story of this game. Orianna keeps kind of not being with the team. We actually kind of gave her a little wake-up call later. We're like, Orianna, it doesn't matter if you need to get blue. It doesn't matter if you need to go buy an item. It doesn't matter. Like, just stay with the team and you will be so much more successful. Like, it doesn't matter if you have 1, 2, maybe it matters if you have like 3,000 gold, but this goes for a lot of you guys in low elo. Like, just group with your team. Like, group with your team, pressure, get them on their toes, and they'll make mistakes. I built a Warden's Mail here, so I can build toward that Randuin's Omen. I I think I sold my Doran shield for it because I realized that Tristana was hitting me way too hard, so I needed some way to stop her, and Randuin's, is the ultimate AD carry counter. So right here, I basically, the reason I'm in this bush, I told them they need to pressure. But if you look at them, you've got Orianna, which, I mean, hey look, can you guess where she's going? Can you guess where we told her not to go? I'm going to give you guys a little guess. Yep, blue buff. Alright, so this is just a little bit of Darius doing what he does best. Tristana says, hey, I'm pretty sure I can fight Darius. And I'm like, Q, auto. See, like right there, I canceled out her jump, but I think it might have been because I used it before she jumped, and then that was like a no-go for her. So I was able to get a kill there. I spammed in chat in all caps, push. Push, 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 push. Because we've got 3 in position down bottom. I can still fight basically anyone. So I'm just going to kind of see if I can drag them around. I am pretty tanky, so I should be able to carry them around here for a while. I have 1,600 health. They're going to flash onto me. This is their front line. So you guys can be pretty sure I'm going to die here just because they have so much chase. But what's going on down bottom is they're pushing. This is how easy split pushing is. If you can get and if you combine getting a catch with split pushing, super easy. So they're going to get this inhibitor really, really easy. I'm going to die, but it's going to be absolutely worth it. See, purple team is pinging the crap out of them because they're like, oh, shoot. And look, and even Orianna's doing something somewhat useful and hitting that mid tower. So they're actually going to rotate onto the mid tower, which was really, really good by my team. So that is 1 tower, 1 inhibitor, another tower, and then they're going to back off, all because I put good pressure up top. Tristana came, made a mistake, I obliterated her, and then the little horse boy and tricky boy Renekton decided to try and fight me, and my team was able to respond because I had spammed in all chat that they need to push, which really brought us back in the game because it was not looking very pretty. And again, this could be attributed to the fact that they don't have Nami, but that doesn't change the fact that we are making plays as a team, which needed to happen. So we're getting toward the end of the game here, where I'm going to continue the split push. They're starting a team fight here, so they're having a legit 4v4 here, which is their disadvantage just because they have no one to defend against me. Because if they do that, they would be fighting a 3v4 again. This is because of Nami. But I'm going to get an inhibitor out of this, and then I'm going to we get the Nexus Tower just because the bot inhibitor's down. I'm going to go for the next inhibitor. I see Tristana here. She's not going to fall for it again. I try and get the ulti off. The Ignite goes off, but it's not going to be quite enough to kill her just because she does up Blade of the Rune King and Bloodthirster, so there's no way she's not going to lifesteal that. But the inhibitor actually does go down anyway, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things all from that split push there. So yep, so this game is coming to a close here. I think at this point we just decide, well, we can just go push, get that inhib. We got Baron buff. The game's pretty much over. So if you guys are enjoying these silver games where I'm just kind of showing what I do to kind of climb my way out of silver, be sure to post in the comments below that be sure to leave a like rating. I uploaded a Fizz gameplay, which I really dictated the flow of that game, which I think you guys would really, really like. This game wasn't as pretty by myself. I definitely made a lot of mistakes, but that isn't to say that I can't make mistakes. Also, I catch out Tristana there again. I thought she wouldn't make that mistake again, but Pantheon had good follow-up. So we're going to pretty much win the game here. If you're new to my channel, I really would recommend you check out some of my other videos. Specifically, I did just post another how to get out of Elo Hell video. But I am going to be posting more of these silver games because I do think they're of a good benefit to you guys. And as always, guys, stay classy and keep winning. Oh, also, disclosure, yes, I get you guys a lot of you guys are going to post in the comment, oh, you guys never would have won if Nami didn't disconnect. I definitely agree the game would have been much, much harder if Nami didn't disconnect. Alright, you guys, yes, absolutely.